Hello, it is dark and it is late. I'm gonna turn on a lamp here. Okay, so I haven't done a YouTube at I don't know how many months now. And I decided to do one tonight, to be totally random because, well, I stopped originally doing them because I decided I wasn't gonna go on prep anymore. And so I was like, okay, so what's the point? Nobody's just gonna watch random videos of me just working out because I just feel like working out or this or that or whatever. And plus, like, I was kind of getting into a headspace at the time, and, you know, I just didn't want to. So I decided to go ahead and go back on a prep again. Because at the time I stopped because the timing was bad. It seemed like financially and everything else, just there was a lot going on. Sorry, I'm getting ready for bed. So, since I showered earlier, I'm just trying to put some oil back in my hair because it's really dry at the ends. So, trying to liven up my color. And it's blue, as you can see. Like a little blonde on top, kind of ombres into like a light teal. And then goes into like electric teal. That's what the color is called. I've been having like a lot of crazy shit happen, like a lot of crazy shit. And let's be honest here. I had a job, and it was just a job. It was just, I didn't like it, and nothing was guaranteed, and I didn't get to work with anybody. I was working by myself. Like, I felt so unmotivated. Like, that's basically was the biggest problem, was I had no motivation for this job, really. So anyway, but at the same time, I was kind of going through some other shit, too, where, I already told the bosses and stuff, hey, I'm taking a week off because my daycare is taking a week off for vacation, and I don't have a backup and everything, so just so you know, so I just need someone to cover my stores, and they were totally cool with it. Well, at the end of that, my daycare suddenly decided to drop me. Yeah. And I was about to start my classes, my night class too, that week as well. So that became obviously like a huge burden. Like, I was freaking out. Like, what do I do? I managed to get a daycare for my night class and everything, but nothing for work yet. And so, obviously, like, I ended up losing that job. It was really frustrating. And so, like, obviously, I couldn't get another job until I had a daycare. So, yeah, that sucked. Like, and, you know, the way things are covered is you can't even do like a job search unless you have a daycare to help you with the job search. But I randomly decided to look on Facebook for jobs at the same time as I was in the middle of finding new daycares. And so I found daycares. One of them ended up like sucking like really bad. We'll just say I was really upset with them. Like, they were just very disappointing. But I found a better one during this time. But anyways, I ended up finding that a small business was opening up in town, and it was just really random and strange, and I was just like, are you serious? Like, this is what I want to do. I want to work at this place. Like, what can I do here? And it was just for an associate position. And I decided to go ahead and take the job. And I got offered the position, and yeah, so it worked out really well. And not only is it a great place, it's also, they're really great people to work with and for. And they've been really good about, give me one second. Okay, so anyway, yeah, it's the middle of the night. It's like 10:38, and I'm trying to get confirmation to get some coverage for tomorrow, because I wasn't supposed to have my daughter this weekend, and I kept her anyway because there was just kind of some stuff going on, and it was just nothing wrong on her dad's end. Don't assume that whatsoever. Yeah, so it has nothing to do with her dad. It's nothing like that. It was just, we had really bad weather here recently, like really, really bad. And I seem to be having issues that just started again with my truck, and I like literally have no gas money and everything. One of the things I had to deal with recently was, I got a little bit of this income, like, was less, and this income was less. So, it just kind of really put a damper on things. But, I mean, it's all fixable, which is great. I mean, like, you really are completely broke unless you have more than one income. You really are. It's a thing that Tai Lopez says that I truly believe. But when I'm short on two, then it was just kind of like, okay, well, you know, again, like I said, it put a damper on things, but I mean, it's not like it ruined my life or anything like that. And, you know, if I really need the assistance, I can get it, and I believe it. And so it's not like a huge deal. The only thing like it affected really that I couldn't do anything about again was just gas. And it's fine, because like I said, I really didn't want to travel anyways because of the weather. We just got hit with a really huge snowstorm. School was canceled today because of it and everything, and they were afraid like nothing was going to be completely cleared up because it was supposed to snow today too. And so that was my biggest fear, was something happening, especially with an old truck like mine. I was afraid something was going to go wrong, and I'm afraid I'm starting to have brake issues again. And so yeah, obviously no traveling for Jess. So yeah, I put a hold on that, and then I decided that with this new job, it does give me the opportunity to pursue what I want to do, which is insanely great, insanely huge for me, because there was talk before where I was telling you guys about how like I wanted to open my own supplement store eventually. Okay, so anyway, I normally work on the weekends that I don't have my kids, and so that's why it was kind of like I got put in a little bit of a bind, but obviously like I took care of it. It's just my boss said like I didn't have to come in today because of the snowstorm and stuff. She's like, well, if school's canceled, it won't be busy anyway, so don't worry about it. And I couldn't risk missing 2 days, pay-wise. And not only that, my boss is gone for a week out of town, so like the last thing I want to do is burden things even more by calling in and having even less people, especially when, in my understanding, it's like kind of like I'm second tier. And so like I want to make sure I'm as reliable as possible. So I have 2 daycares because of this kind of thing. But anyway, so like I said, I want to open my own supplement store, and so from this business I'm learning all about having a small business and what to expect, what to do, and things like that. Obviously mine isn't going to be like as costly as this one or anything like that because of all the services that they offer and everything. Like it's like the things that they have cost a hell of a lot more money than what I plan on getting loans for or whatever. I still plan on seeing if I can go the crowdfunding route, being I'm still a complete backer and have like 120% faith in Brandon, in what he does with crowdfunding and things like that, and I believe he will totally back me in my endeavors and my pursuits. Anyway, with the background I'm building up right now while I'm getting my education and things like that, I'm also receiving multiple certifications. Obviously, personal trainers, one I got, and then now I'm also getting certified for being a group fitness instructor, because I thought it would be like, it was actually my boss's idea for me to start teaching classes and stuff like that on just like basic stuff, and like even doing like a full body workout for body weight only boot camp and things like that. And then I was like, let me check into it, because I believe you have to have a separate certification. And I was right. And so obviously one of my pursuits is to be a group fitness instructor. Blech, I can't talk. But anyway, like, I'm still pursuing the nutrition, diet, and health science, so that way, again, I can be a nutritionist / diet coach, whatever you want to call it, mostly diet coach, as a part of my personal training, which that's why kind of like I steered away from actually doing the personal training, because I don't want to tell people what to do for diet and supplements, because I'd basically be giving that information away for free, because I cannot charge for that when I'm not certified. So that's why we're kind of stepping back from doing the personal training, because you're just probably thinking like, well, why aren't you going ahead and going to do personal training, just working out with people and blah, blah, blah. Because it's really not that big of a need, I guess you could say, where if you have more backing for other things, then people like actually want to do that more. If you just will go there and motivate them to work out and things like that, they're like, oh, that's good. But that's not enough sometimes. Sometimes you have to do more. You got to do a lot more. You gotta have multiple things on your resume before people will listen to you more, if you kind of catch that drift. Anyway, I am starting a prep again. I'm hoping to do a competition this summer, because I think summer competition would be a better idea versus when I originally wanted to do one around my birthday, because I just thought that would be kind of cool and go to my first Cowboys game and all that. But I was going above and beyond, and I like really should have taken a step back and like, you know, pursued other endeavors first. And I still want to do a competition. I just want to slow my roll a bit. Just, you know, take things like a step down. There's so many things I want to do. There's so many things I plan on doing, and I do have people I want to get involved in that. But I also, like, at the same time, I need time for myself. I need to reflect on what is really important right now, what I really should focus things on, and what is important to me. Obviously my kids, first and foremost, are the most important things. And so, in turn, I do need to take care of myself, and so I can be a good mom for them, and in the process, it'll teach them to do the same as well. And so, I'm just kind of hoping that things will fall into place eventually, but right now, I've been overwhelming myself and not taking time to think about what I can do to make myself happy. I ended up becoming at one point dependent on somebody else, because we just connected on a whole different level than I have with anybody in years, like many, many years. And so that's how I felt about it. And then when I was like the only one who was feeling it, I was just like, I can't do this anymore. I can't depend on something that isn't 100% there. So, you know, that's not healthy for me. That's not good for me. I don't need that. I need to do something else. And so I kind of had to take a step back. I had to push away and focus a little more on exactly what I should do, rather than what I felt I could do. And, you know, that's just kind of how adult life goes. You kind of realize shit last minute, and oh well, then you figure it out, and then it all eventually falls into place. But right now, things for me kind of quite have it yet, and that's fine because I got time. I'll make time. It'll happen. And I can't wait to talk to you guys some more and let you know what's going on and hopefully get something out of it.